Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and we are back with a new trailer for What If, for Marvel's What If, the new Disney Plus series coming out after Loki. I don't know when after Loki. I don't know how long we're gonna have to actually wait for this. If it's gonna be like the same kind of month wait between Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier, or if it's gonna be something else, but it's coming. It's coming definitely this year, and definitely after Loki, so that's fun. And yeah, I think this one has an interesting enough premise to it. I think all these Disney Plus shows have a little something of their own and a little something different to offer with their own characters and their own story. So with this one, I think this, like, at least synopsis-wise, feels more like a multiversal kind of depiction than anything else we might see. Like up until Multiverse of Madness, it definitely feels like, you know, and like some sense of like an actual multiversal kind of thing going on with all these different scenarios and all these different characters. Like we have What If Peggy took the serum instead and became Captain Carter, or I don't know if she's going to be Captain Britain. I trust she's going to be Captain Carter. But what if Peggy took the serum, but then Steve is still around? He's just like in his own kind of armored suit. But what if Peggy took the serum instead? Or what if what if Marvel Zombies became a thing? What if T'Challa was Star-Lord? We saw in the last trailer, it would be if he was out exploring and then Yondu picked him up the same way he picked Peter up, but then he picked T'Challa up instead, and then T'Challa grows up to become Star-Lord. So I do wonder if that means we're going to see T'Challa with the Guardians of the Galaxy as well. If he's actually going to go through the same thing and meet Drax and Gamora and everyone else too. So I guess we'll see, but all these different scenarios, all these different kind of possibilities, and all these different kind of multiversal depictions and everything. So it's a really cool synopsis, and it's all completely animated too. So I think this is going to be. I think this definitely is going to be Marvel's first animation. I think the maybe the MCU's first animation. I'm not sure. Because I think there is a Spider-Man show where like one of the Spider-Man shows is set within the MCU, because they also have Fitzsimmons kind of cameoing on there too. So yeah, that's within the MCU. I have reason to believe that's kind of set within the MCU as well. So I think one of the Spider-Man shows, but then the rest of it is just kind of Marvel TV / entertainment. It's like its own jurisdiction and everything. So yeah, with this one, it's going to be officially set within, like, it's going to be more kind of, distinctly set within the MCU, and more kind of like more explorative and a bit more canon in that sense. So yeah, I do wonder if this is going to be like explored as various different branches too. Because I think it's going to be narrated by the Watcher. It's going to be narrated by, I think, Jeffrey Wright as Uatu the Watcher. I don't know if it's going to be Uatu. There's like a bunch of different Watchers as we've seen in the MCU already, but hopefully Uatu, because that's the only one I know. But it's going to be narrated by Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher, and he's going to be exploring all these different things that could happen but didn't happen. So I do wonder, like given the way that Loki has gone with all these like different branch timelines being prevented and all the variants being pruned and everything, I do wonder if this is going to follow that same thing where he's actually going to show the if the animation is going to show it like the camera traveling along like a timeline up until it reaches like a branch, and it's like, what if Peggy took the serum? What if T'Challa was captured instead? What if everyone became zombies? And all that kind of jazz. So I am very curious. I am very, very curious. But this is the official. I think the last one was definitely a teaser trailer. So this is the first official full-length trailer we get before the before the show comes out. So yeah, without further ado, let's go see What If. What if all these things happened? Let's go see.
Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace.
Oh, Tony. Oh, Iron Man 1. What could happen here? What if Tony died? No? Oh, is that Killmonger? Oh, what if Killmonger saved Stark? Oh, what if Killmonger saved Stark and brought him to Wakanda?
Reality.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's changeable.
An animated version of 360 shot. Oh, yeah, okay.
Where you want to be? That's the question, isn't it?
Every universe
Oh boy.
is
Loki?
different. Each one
Howard the Duck? Captain Carter, a lot, yeah.
Slow down a little bit. There's a few people in the room that don't understand. Not me, I get it.
Oh, this August. Okay, this August, okay. Oh, Peggy has a sword too! She gets a shield and a sword.
The
name's Captain Carter.
Captain Carter, yes. Oh, damn, that was Arnim Zola. Yeah. Spider-Man?
All that transpires here
Okay. Zombies?
cannot, will not
Oh, Ego? The Ancient One? Oh boy, Scarlet Witch?
I guess I have to freestyle then.
Oh boy. Ultron?
We have you outnumbered.
Oh,
Ravager never flies solo.
oh jeez.
I said never flies solo.
Is that some kind of catchphrase?
Yeah. Oh, Yondu with his arrow. Yeah, Yondu with the arrow.
You had me worried for a second.
Okay. Oh, damn. Oh, the
Face
collector.
the unknown and ponder the question.
Oh my god. Oh, this is expansive. This is expansive. August 11th. August 11th. Okay. What if? What if? Okay, so I'm definitely going to go through that one frame by frame too. So the first one we had was, what if Killmonger saved Tony? What if Killmonger actually ended up saving Tony? So, I mean, if Tony gets saved at all, no matter by who, but I think if Tony gets saved at all in that situation, he never becomes Iron Man, because that whole thing leads him to become Iron Man. So he never gets captured by the Ten Rings, and then he never, gets the shrapnel, and then he, never becomes Iron Man. So, yeah, but then does But then I think the question there could also be, what is Killmonger? I mean, I know this is going to be answered in the actual episode itself, but still, the question remains that, is Killmonger still, is he good in Wakanda's eyes? Can he get, is he, officially recognized as a citizen of Wakanda? Can he take Tony back to Wakanda too? What's actually going to happen there? Is he going to take him to his own side, or... I don't know, but Killmonger saves Tony. That is an interesting. That again, some of these scenarios are stuff that I genuinely could imagine pondering, because it's like, oh yeah, what if this actually happened? Well, what if these characters actually kind of met up or connected in some way? But then Killmonger or Tony, it's not a connection I ever would have actually thought. It was the same thing with T'Challa becoming Star, because I think with Captain Carter, I think I could actually I could actually imagine that one a bit more, because Peggy was actually directly connected to the Super Soldier Serum, the Super Soldier Project and everything, so she was that much closer. She was almost as close to the serum as Steve was. So then, for her receiving the serum too, it's it's a believable kind of switcheroo. So yeah, but then with T'Challa becoming Star-Lord, I think until I saw him being picked up by Yondu in the last trailer, I was like, it doesn't really seem as likely. It seems more like a, more like one of the more wild and random scenarios you could dream up, and then you actually try and craft an episode based on it. So I don't know. I assume this might actually have this might be longer. This season might be longer in the sense that they actually explore. They actually have one episode dedicated to each and every scenario. So instead of actually trying to cram a bunch of scenarios into one thing, it's like they actually try and actually flesh it out and actually try and make it a well-developed kind of season and stuff. So yeah, and I think it's going to be multiversal. So I think it's going to be multiversal, but again, it's going to be in that more kind of comical, maybe kind of comical, more kind of explorative way, as opposed to being like Multiverse of Madness, where there's actually a story intersecting throughout movies and TV shows and everything. So with this one, it's going to be more like, what if this happened? What if that happened instead? Not like, oh, when are we going to see the Spider-Man interacting with each other and everything? So yeah, but we had Tony and Killmonger. So yeah, we had an animated version of the 360 Avengers shot from the first movie is really cool, and then that transitioned into the Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So then, I think, if I just go back here a bit, ask Gamora. Gamora has Thanos' sword. There's another Black Panther. There's an actual genuine Black Panther, and then Gamora has Thanos' sword. And then someone in the corner with Mjolnir, I assume that's Thor. And then we have T'Challa himself as Star-Lord. So then I wonder who is the Black Panther in this sequence then. I wonder who's the Black Panther, but then Gamora actually has Thanos' kind of shoulder armor pads, and she has the sword too. That is fucking awesome. That is one hell of a piece of karma, but also, that's actually really awesome to see. So Gamora with Thanos' sword is really cool. We have that. And then we have Loki, Loki bringing the Asgardians to Earth. Loki with his actual classic, kind of probably presumably villain Loki garb, and then he's bringing the Asgardian army to Earth. And I think he is communicating with Nick Fury, and that's S.H.I.E.L.D. behind him. So I'm wondering if that's going to be what what if like Loki maybe invaded Earth, or maybe what if like Loki introduced the Asgardians to Earth, or what if he just brought the army down to Earth just for shits and giggles or something? But that's going to be an interesting situation to ponder. Howard the Duck, we have Howard the Duck too. So we know because T'Challa's becoming Star-Lord. We know there was a glimpse of him actually talking to him in the collector's kind of room. So that's fun. Yeah, and Peggy has a sword too. Peggy has a sword that lights up. I think it might absorb energy, but she gets a shield. She gets a vibrating shield, and she has a sword. Which I think the sword might be a reference to Captain Britain, because Captain Britain does actually have a sword. He doesn't have a shield. He has a sword. So I think that might be a reference to that. But then she is Captain Carter. She is Captain Carter. So that is very cool. So I'm wondering if I'm curious as to just how many of these as to how many of these roles actually have the original actors coming back to voice act for them. Because I think I'm gonna have to take some time to actually try and identify if Hayley Atwell herself is coming back to record lines for Peggy and stuff. I think the one thing I do know for sure is that this series is going to be Chadwick Boseman's final works as T'Challa within the MCU. This is the last piece of T'Challa portrayal that Chadwick ever did, so for that reason it's going to be that much more emotional actually watching this, knowing that it's the final kind of project he did for Marvel, and he likely poured his heart and soul into it as a result, wanting to leave something nice and wanting to actually do something good and everything. So that's going to hit like a ton of bricks, so that is cool. But I am curious as to how many other kind of at-home actors actually kind of came back or were brought back at all. Because I think this would also be coming back after a lot of different actors' contracts ended too, so I think they would be under no obligation to actually come back and do this, and if some of them really wanted to actually leave Marvel behind, then they would fully be within their rights to do so. So then I think in those cases Marvel would probably have to actually look for other voice actors to come in and do their thing, which I think wouldn't be the weirdest thing, because I think, like the games alone don't really have the same voice actors, and that's like a whole different kind of studio and everything. But with this one, I think because it's outside their contracts, I feel like they might have felt less obliged to come back, or maybe they might have just wanted to leave with wanted to leave things the way they did with Avengers Endgame and everything. So yeah, I am curious. And we have Arnim Zola too. So Arnim Zola, I think with Peggy's thing still being in World War II, it's not like changing the time period or anything, but it's just going to be if she took the serum. So I think Arnim Zola being here. So I think I'm going to look forward to Peggy using that shield and her newfound strength to defeat Hydra too. So Arnim Zola is here. So yeah, I am curious, right? If they could do a thing where what if the Hydra infestation of S.H.I.E.L.D. was prevented? What if it was detected early on and prevented? Because I don't know if there was any surefire way for them to know. But then, what if, I would want to see that too. What if Hydra never invaded S.H.I.E.L.D. or what if Hydra was actually stopped on time? What they were stopped before they could invade S.H.I.E.L.D. and then Winter Soldier just never happened? What if S.H.I.E.L.D. was actually built up to be what it was meant to be all along from the very founding, from the point of its actual foundation? So what if Hydra never invaded and Winter Soldier most kind of predominantly actually never happened? So that feels like an interesting kind of scenario for a what if, what if Hydra never invaded? So that would be cool. But we get Arnim Zola for this too, so that's fun. Enter the multiverse, yeah. Oh, I think that was the Quantum Realm. I think that was. This looks like the Quantum Realm. That I think I can't tell if that's actually Janet Pym or Janet Van Dyne even, but this looks like the Quantum Realm. This definitely looks like the Quantum Realm, so that's going to be interesting. And maybe that's how they get through too. Because we're with I would find it hard to believe that the Quantum Realm can't connect to the multiverse in some way. So maybe the multiverse might be exactly how they actually travel through different branches too. So yeah, maybe that plays a part in this. Yep, the Watcher. That's Spider-Man, so Spider-Man's going to be in this too. Infinite possibilities. Yeah, Marvel Zombies, Hawkeye, Thor. So I think I think some of these shots too are basically just animated versions of the shots from the actual movie. So I think the Avengers 360 shot, the Hawkeye shot, and the Thor shot, so some of these are actually genuinely just animated shots from the movie. So I'm wondering if that could be incorporated in a way where it's it actually shows you the way it's gone, how it's actually been before, especially the opening with the opening scene from Iron Man. It shows you how it's actually gone the way you remember it, and then finally the twist happens, and then that's when the what if actually comes into play. So that's a really cool actual kind of concept. Instead of actually jumping straight to the point, it brings you in with the angles and the scenery that you remember, and then it actually shows you the plot twist at the end. So yeah, that's Ego as well, Peter's dad. Yeah, the Ancient One versus Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Drax. Yeah, I think that was that Widow? I think that looks like Widow. That looks, I can't tell that. I think it's a redhead in combat armor, and she's got the Widow's bite too. She's got the Widow's bite. That is Black Widow. That is Black Widow with it's a shield and it has a star on it. So I think it doesn't look like Captain Carter's one though. It doesn't look like Captain America or Captain Carter's shield. So I'm wondering, could that be her own shield? That is Black Widow. I have to see the symbol on her little kind of belt thing. So does she get her own shield? Because I think that one looks more like red and grey or maybe just red and grey. So could that be Natasha's shield? Are we gonna get Natasha back? Is it gonna be a what if with like the Avengers, like getting Natasha back too? That would be cool. Any chance to see Natasha Romanoff returning back into the MCU is always great. That's always a great opportunity. So yeah, Natasha with her own shield and stuff. I think I honestly given the color scheme was so different. The color scheme was so different. I actually thought it was actually Taskmaster's shield. So then I thought, oh, okay, either Natasha is using Taskmaster's shield against Taskmaster, or plot twist again, Natasha has become the Taskmaster. So I don't know, but that is definitely Black Widow. That is Black Widow. So that is super duper cool. Then we have Killmonger, we have Ultron as well, and then I think that is the same weapon from Thor 1, which is the Jotun Icebox, from Jotunheim. So I think that could be Loki actually freezing up Nick Fury and the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, maybe even so they're clearly waging war on Earth as well. So there's that, and a lot of different things, and a lot of different shots, yeah. Yeah, so then, and that's also T'Challa and Yondu versus the Collector too. So I'm curious as to why that fight's happening as well. But yeah, what if all this crap actually happened? So that is definitely going to be cool. That is definitely going to be cool to see. So yeah, that is going to be an interesting season, an interesting show to explore. Because again, it definitely feels a lot more standalone. It definitely feels like it's disconnected from the rest of the MCU. It definitely feels like a much more fun and creative and wackier project that Marvel has actually decided to come up with, and something like purely for explorative issues, as opposed to actual kind of not that there's not going to be any interesting story behind it with all the different possibilities, but also again, it doesn't seem as kind of as not strong, but it doesn't feel as what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't feel as it doesn't feel as important to the MCU story-wise, because of the fact that it's exploring all these other possibilities outside of their realm and outside of the live-action MCU's kind of multiverse madness stuff going on. So it definitely seems like it's exploring the multiverse in a much more fun, in a much more kind of thought-provoking, and in a much more kind of artistic, and in a much more kind of simpler way too. I think for some of these, I can definitely feel them being somewhat more short. I can't really imagine them stretching this stuff to more than half an hour per episode, which seems comfortable enough. And especially for animation too, it would be not that animation's any less easy, more easy to make, but it's I think I feel like it definitely kind of saves them a lot of time and budget too, instead of actually having to film actors on set, and everything feels kind of simpler to produce and everything. So because that I feel like I feel like they actually had the liberty to actually think of more scenarios and think of more stories for this one. So I think for that reason it might have more episodes, but just shorter runtime and everything. So, and also I think given the shows that have come out, given WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, given Loki, given all these shows that have been not only live action but so intensive and dramatic and story heavy, and so arguably even more thought-provoking, given how much more intensive these shows have been, this definitely feels like something more you can wind down with and actually relax a bit more with, and actually just think about it in a much calmer, much simpler way too. You don't really have to speculate as much, because of the fact that they're actually giving you the kind of imagery to think about, and actually giving you the actual visuals to actually help you think about it. So definitely feels a lot more fun that way and a lot more kind of interesting to watch and consume. So, and it like this definitely feels a lot more like like almost anyone can watch it. I feel like with WandaVision and Falcon and Soldier and Loki, like you undoubtedly have like a lot of like cinematic history to catch up with too. Like you have to catch up on a bunch of different movies from Phase 1 onwards, but then with this, it's like, with this one, it's still better. I think it's still kind of ideal for you to go into it knowing who they are, but then you don't. I feel like you don't really need to know as much history beyond like a couple of movies from the beginning, maybe. But then, like, still be aware of who they are. But then you don't need to. You probably don't need to know that Wanda's parents died in a explosion to know that she's a Scarlet Witch in this one. So you should already kind of have like the basic gist of who they are and everything. So yeah, I think also with the Marvel zombie stuff too, like that being like a more major kind of comic book storyline too, I feel like it actually gives them more liberty to actually explore stuff out, so like to explore stuff within the MCU that they wouldn't actually have the opportunity to explore within live action parameters. So it feels like a lot of fun in a lot of different ways, and I can't wait to enjoy it. I can't wait to experience it and see what kind of stories they have to offer us and what they can give us. So that'll be fun. But yeah, that is it. That is my official reaction for Marvel's What If. So let me know what you guys thought of the trailer and what kind of stories and character kind of differentiations you're looking forward to, and what like you're most excited to see, and what if possibilities you can come up with that you think might be in this or might not be in this or what have you. But that is it. So as always, thank you guys so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is coming up next time. I am so used to saying that. I'm so used to recording those kinds of reactions that I actually just say that just instinctively now. But no. Comment on what you thought of the trailer and what you think might be coming up in the Marvel What If series. And yeah, that is it. So I will see you guys next time.